Wow, Mario has been around since 1981, the good old days when he was not a video game superstar icon who got into partying, being invited to go golfing, or tossing bananas on the road in order to win races by trying to kill who was ever in first place. Before he was even friends with Donkey Kong himself, who tried to slide into Pauline's DMs, he was known as a plumber. Starring in arcade games before the mainline games in the Super Mario franchise, the series produced smash hits and took over the gaming landscape and made every Nintendo console system sell tons, making Nintendo a household favorite among many gamers worldwide. The Super Mario franchise has sort of become like comfort food to me. The games were never that hard or challenging, but there was a certain charm about the plumber's adventures that made sure that the overall experience sticked with me even after the end title credits of each game rolled. And although I love the 2D side-scrolling action platforming titles that the series have produced over the years, I have a confession to make. I love the 3D sandbox Mario games and truly do prefer them over the 2D style of the older days. Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine are both my personal favorites, even though a lot of people would disagree, but hey, that's just my opinion. So when Nintendo announced Super Mario 3D World back in 2013 at E3 would be coming to the Wii U, and when I saw that the game was a 3D Mario game and it had elements from the 2D games that merged both of the gameplay styles together to give it a new sort of style which blends both worlds together, and realizing that it was also a sequel to Mario 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS, which was meh for me, I didn't really feel excited and I was left feeling bummed out and disappointed that it wasn't a spiritual successor to Sunshine or Mario 64. And even though I purchased the game and played it, I never beat it and put it down after just beating the very first world level in that game and just never cared or bothered to ever pick it up ever again. And don't get me wrong, I love the old 2D style Mario games, but I wanted Nintendo to go all out for the Wii U as it desperately needed the games and the help. I couldn't help but picture Nintendo developing another sandbox semi-open world game starring Mario and his friends. Maybe I let my own expectations get the better of me, which clouded my judgment. But anyways, time skipping towards the far future when Nintendo announced that Super Mario 3D World would be getting a re-release on the Nintendo Switch and that it would come bundled with a side short game called Bowser's Fury, and also noticing that Bowser's Fury would play more like an open sandbox Mario game like Sunshine, I was once again intrigued and decided it was time to finally give it another go. I have decided that it is time for me to give Super Mario 3D World another chance and see why it just didn't resonate with me and if I was just being too harsh and judgmental on it. So here we go! As I review Super Mario 3D World on the Nintendo Switch along with Bowser's Fury. Let's go! Woohoo! We all know that Super Mario games have never told the deepest stories, unless you are playing a Mario RPG game like Legend of the Seven Stars or the original Paper Mario, or the Mario and Luigi series on the handheld Nintendo systems. Nintendo games are always known to put the gameplay at the center, and the story is just there to set up the gameplay. So it's to no surprise that Super Mario 3D World starts off simple. Mario and his friends are just going for a stroll. I hope they are not heading to the bar. This is a kids friendly game after all. Anyways, Mario and his friends eventually end up finding a bended up glass pipe. Mario and Luigi, being professional plumbers, decide to fix the pipe, and once the task is completed, a new type of character called a Pixie, who are inhabitants of the Pixie World Kingdom, appear out of nowhere. The Pixie then begs Mario and his friends to help when out of nowhere, BAM! Bowser pops up. Like literally out of nowhere. What the hell, was he just waiting there the whole time? Weird. So yeah, anyways, Bowser pops out with half of his upper body being way huger than the pipe itself and captures the green helpless Pixie, bottling it up like Link does to a fairy from the Legend of Zelda series, and urges Mario and the gang to chase after him down into the glass pipe. So yeah, the game starts off in World 1-1, and Mario must make his way across all 8 worlds in order to save all of the Pixies. Honestly, one thing I do appreciate about the story here for being a traditional Mario story is that Nintendo decided that for once, Princess Peach does indeed not get captured by Bowser the evil Koopa King himself. Thank God. Having Princess Peach along for the adventure is kind of neat and much needed, as we hardly get to play as Peach in most Mario games, unless they are spin-offs starring Princess Toadstool herself, like in Super Princess Peach for the Nintendo DS. Time to move on to the meat and potatoes of any Mario game: the gameplay. Let's start off with the characters. So you can choose which character you want to play as, just like in Super Mario Bros. 2. You have Mario, who is very generic and simple to play as, and he has no special abilities whatsoever, which is kind of a bummer, but oh well. Then, moving on to Luigi, his older brother, who can jump way higher than his younger brother. And honestly, I'd rather play as Luigi than Mario, because of his high jump. Moving on to Toad, who can't really jump too high but makes up for it with his speed. I swear, there were times where I couldn't control him and just ran into an enemy or off the stage, but I like playing as Toad, he's cool. And finally, we have Princess Peach, the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom herself. Peach is, in my opinion, the best character to play as because she can hover in the air after performing a short jump for a short period of time, which makes her essential to use, especially since in this playthrough I was trying to collect as many green stars and stamps as possible. And Peach really helped with that. Knowing that I jumped too early or too fast, it felt comforting knowing that I can just fall back on a short hover to make it back on or onto another platform without falling to my death. If you have played any Super Mario game from before, then you already know what to expect. You can run normally in any direction. If you want to move faster, you can just press and hold down the Y button until you start dashing. I have also noticed that compared to the Wii U version, the Nintendo Switch version is way faster and makes the gameplay feel even better and more up to date in a modern sense. To attack enemies, Mario can either jump and squish Bowser's minions by pressing the B button, and if you want to long jump, then you can just hold down the L button and press the B button and use your analog stick to aim for better precision. If you want to ground pound, press the B button and then press the L button. If you want a higher reach and a little boost, then ground pound as usual and press the B button right after. This move helps the player and is even capable of trying to get you out of tough situations. Indeed, this move is handy for sure. You can even do somersaults by running forward, then immediately tilting the control stick in the opposite direction and pressing the jump button to cause the character of your choice to perform the move. You can even wall jump on walls like a ninja. Super Mario Gaiden. There are a lot of options for mobility that can help you breeze through some of the stages in this game super quick. Another addition to the gameplay comes from the use of the power-ups, which Mario and company can use to help ease some of the platforming tension. For example, the Cat Bell power-up grants you the abilities of a cat, allowing the player to scale and climb up walls to find hidden secrets. You can also do an air slash attack while running and jumping, then hitting the attack button in the air to gain a little extra distance and helps out with some tricky platforming. You can even use it to attack enemies if planned accordingly. The boomerang power-up, where you can toss boomerangs to hit multiple enemies in a row as long as they are all lined up proper. Take aim and ha, suckers. The fire plant power-up allows you to toss and hurl fireballs at enemies. Kamehameha! The fireballs can even light up torches in dark lit stages as well. The Mega Mushroom turns you into a kaiju beast and allows you to. The Super Leaf, which turns Mario and company into a tanuki, makes a return from past games in this one as well. It functions the same and allows you to repeatedly flutter in the air after making a jump to maximize precision when platforming during tough sections. You also have the original Super Mushroom power-up, which, if you take damage and shrink, you can basically use one to restore Mario and the gang back to their original size, allowing them to get another hit before you lose a life, unless you have a spare item or reach an upgrade before that happens. There is also the double cherry, which clones the characters you are controlling, which is a pretty cool idea. Sometimes you will need to have a certain number of clones in order to collect some extras within a stage, like a green star. The stages are pretty unique and Nintendo keeps changing it up, so each stage is never the same and the stages never get boring, which is a bonus and a plus in my opinion. Another thing I have to mention is that exploring the world map is pretty fun. You can walk around, hit question blocks to gain coins, find secrets, warp pipes to other worlds. It truly is pretty fascinating. Also on the world map, you can get into mini boss battles where basically you have to take down the mini boss in order to gain a green star, which is pretty good and switches up the fun. Another thing that I have to mention about the gameplay is that the game itself isn't very challenging. You can usually just blast through a stage with ease if you really wanted to. You can even run past enemies without any consequences. Honestly, this game was kinda way too easy for me. I kinda prefer more challenge in my video games, but it's Mario, right? Nintendo. So yeah, if you're looking for a challenge, I would really recommend playing the 3D Mario games. Those games are pretty challenging. Not overly challenging, but it feels fair. And now let's go back to the actual boss battles. The boss battles are very easy. Honestly, I had no trouble taking down a boss, which is really disappointing. I mean, maybe if they had more hit points or something instead of just hitting them 3 times, rinse and repeat, and then that's it. I mean, they could have done more with the boss fights, but you know what? I'm kind of used to it at this point with the 2D style of Mario games, so I really didn't expect anything too drastic or too ambitious. And honestly, another thing that I gotta mention, without going into any spoiler territory, is that the final boss battle was actually pretty unique and was honestly the most interesting thing about this game in my opinion. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, so it's worth sticking it out through the end for sure. Alright, now I think it's time to move on to the presentation part of this review. Let's start off with the graphics, which are really good and make the vibrant world of Super Mario 3D World really stand out in a colorful and joyful way. The game performs very well at 720p to 1080p and I've never had any slowdowns. The stages do take a while to load though, but that's probably because I'm spoiled by how fast my PS5's load times are. One thing that needs to be said is that the music in this game is amazing. Whether you're on a beach, in a haunted house, or even in space itself, this game has the right tracks to match any setting and atmosphere the level is based on. Solid job, Nintendo. I have to go back and talk about the stages again here. The stages in this game are full of variety and I was always looking eager to what the next stage would look like or how it would change up the gameplay. There are mysterious houses as well which you enter on the world map, which provide a set series of challenges that the player must complete in order to gain all of the green stars within that challenge. Kobe! Ah, damn. I swear I'm good, guys. I actually am. No lie. No joke. Another thing I have to talk about is the multiplayer. I almost forgot about it. It's pretty fun when you're playing with friends and trying to kill each other or collect everything. I was unable to however find a match online, so you're all going to just have to suffer watching my terrible recorded gameplay of me trying to play with 2 controllers, just so I can give you all a glimpse of what it would look like. Other than that, without getting into spoilers, after you finish the main campaign, which took me about 10 hours, maybe less since I had the game on standby mode here and there while I was grabbing a beer. The game wasn't that long, however the game does not end there, as there is a lot of post-endgame content to keep only the dedicated to keep playing. More courses which are some of the hardest in the game, as well as an extra character that you can unlock and play as through the post-game content, and you can even go back and play through some old stages just to make sure you collected everything. One thing I really enjoyed about this game is also the Captain Toad stages, where you basically have to help guide Captain Toad to each green star located in the level. You have to constantly readjust the camera and use your brain to solve some puzzles and maneuver your way around enemies, obstacles, and more. This even led to Nintendo making a Captain Toad video game, which I will have to review somewhere down the line. Also, where the hell is Yoshi in this game? Yoshi would have been a neat addition in this game. Damn, they missed out for sure. All in all, I really enjoyed my time with Super Mario 3D World. The stages were unique and fun, and the power-ups were fun to use. The final stage was amazing and the post-game content kept me hooked. However, I still don't recommend it over the other Mario games you could purchase and play like Super Mario Odyssey or the Super Mario 3D All-Stars pack if you have never played the original 3D Mario games in their original forms. 2D Mario just isn't as interesting to me as the 3D style open sandbox games. Also, the difficulty and easy boss fights and short stages in this game kind of bring the overall score down. I'm going to give Super Mario 3D World a 7 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, I like this game, but if given a choice, I would rather play another 2D style Mario game like Super Mario World or a 3D style Mario game like Super Mario Odyssey or Super Mario Galaxy 2. So, is it worth the purchase at full price? I would say that depends on you. If you love the 2D style Mario games, then this is a no-brainer. Or even if you're just looking for something to play on the Switch and just want an escape and a good time, then you can't go wrong with Super Mario 3D World on the Nintendo Switch. However, this package does indeed come bundled with another Mario game called Bowser's Fury. And I'm actually super excited to play this game as it is a sandbox style Mario game and is Super Mario 3D World except truly 3D. So catch the next RogueSpirit review. I will review Bowser's Fury and give it a score and let you know if this whole package is worth purchasing for Bowser's Fury alone. If you like this video review, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell and let me know in the comment section what did you think about Super Mario 3D World, and do you enjoy the 2D style Mario games or the 3D ones? That is all. Remember, stay rogue my friends. Take care. Until next time. Thanks for watching. Joe Virtual Hand signing out.